What's happening there, guys? This is Fallen from OTB coming at you with another YouTube video here this lovely evening. And what I want to bring to you is a part 2 segment to the GOVALO attack. And with this, we're going to ask ourselves the question, how am I going to pull off a GOVALO attack, and which base am I going to look for to use this comp? And this is definitely the epitome of a GOVALO. We don't see this attack used too often, and this is going to be quite frightening for a lot of other attack comps to come in and be able to run the distance on this base. We got maxed walls, maxed defenses, and nearly maxed heroes here. So this is it. This is a top TH9, and so a base like this with centered defenses, a large core, it's just asking to be hit with something that can run the distance and be able to get funneled into there and do that damage, so then we can use our back end loons here to do all the cleaning up of sorts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with two golems, as it seems to work, so we can get a nice wide spread on all of the funneling that we're going to be doing here. We cannot screw that up for the Velks to go precisely where we need them to go. So I'm going to start a golem up here to tank these few defenses. I'm going to start another one right down here, and so our little wizard spread here behind then fills in. We're going to want to be able to kill these outside structures and be able to work our way in with the wizards. So these are the last few structures being killed, and then it's going to lead to the obvious jump spell right here, and I love to come in right next to two of the defenses. It's like an arrow pointing forward for Velks to be able to jump that wall and run right to the point here, get right settled in there, and this is the pocket that we need them to get through. The funneling is everything on this style of an attack. I'm going to go with 2 heals to be able to keep them alive long enough, and let's just get this attack started here. We do have a pretty easy CC pull, so we're going to do that nice and quickly with the fewest troop space possible. One giant, one hog, I figured, just to get the CC kind of moved up just a little bit. And in case it were, who knows what it could be. And really nice spot to be able to pull them to the outside. You really can't be interrupted when you've got this CC pull going. And we got the queen there in between those witches to do the sniping. And I noticed they were on these buildings. They were moving pretty quickly, so I wanted to get the golems down as soon as everything was very well distracted. We've got to hurry this attack along so we can get those wizards on the outside there and moving towards the core. So I'm going to do that, and I did have a couple little issues here trying to get them moved in quick enough and be able to cut off that pathing entirely. So I did, the pathing went a little bit janky right there, but I noticed that the king set his direction straight forward, so that's when the jump is going up, and that's when the Velks are coming in. They're going to be aimed right at this as the wizards are taking out the outside defenses. They're going to be jumping straight to core here. They couldn't have gone any quicker right here to the core. We have a perfect heal spell over everything. We did lose a couple to the queen, I think, but now they're in the middle and they're just doing the damage. They don't need a rage, they just need to stay alive and be able to tank. And queen's gone around the outside, but here comes the outer ring, the kill squad for the outer ring. We've got balloons moving nice and slow according to the base, and not hurrying it up too much, just little bits by bits. Even trading one loon for one structure is perfect. We're going to start moving in here at the bottom as things are tanking. And, everything is moving around the ring perfectly. There's still a few Velks alive that are still even tanking right now. And these balloons are just moving into position. And I do have kind of a last-minute haste spell right here as all the right things are tanking. We're going to get those balloons moved up here forward. And we're going to get everything down to make sure that there is no issues with just things randomly dying, getting stuck on walls or something like that. So here they are. It's this is what they call a dead base because the right comp was brought to it. And really anybody can do it if they find the right base to be able to use this comp on and be able to set that pathing correctly. It's super massive to pull off. So other bases kind of throughout this war, I want to say which other ones I think could be used with the GOVALO attack. And we're going to jump up to number 9 here and just kind of look at these nice and quickly. This was a 2-starred base, and I think a base like this, where you're able to come in at either, maybe the right side here, or maybe more so the bottom right towards the queen. you know, 2 golems to right across the bottom there to soak up all the damage. You're going to break them in, and then you're going to jump them in between 2 structures. So they're going to be able to have that arrow directly pointing forward. Bombs do not matter. You know, the heroes do matter on a base like this. Getting to core, this is one that I think, you know, a Golo Wee Wee might be used a lot more commonly. But to get to these, you know, middle air defenses, you're going to have your queen alive, and she's going to have to be doing some sniping. But imagine when you get this jump up, and these Velks are running straight ahead, and the core is dead. Everything else is going to be sniping behind, and these air defenses are right on the outside here of this core. So if the queen made it to the middle, she's going to be sniping everything. She's not going to be tanking. You know, it's not going to be a problem. And then a perfect outer ring for these outside loons. You know, 10 to 12 loons. Just going around this whole entire last ring of the base. You can't expect the Velks to go out there and kill them. You can't expect anything to do it from the ground. Bring in the loons, do it that way. It's the only way that it's truly going to work, and be the most efficient way to get the 3-star. Here's another one, centralized air defenses here. What you're going to want to do once again is make sure everything's pointing straight ahead, because they can get lost in the rings and things here a little bit. The perfect thing that I would do is to be able to control this. Really, I'd get 2 golems here once again. Super easy to be able to funnel everything directly forward here. Even if they're bombs or Teslas, it's just going to help. If they're Teslas, it's going to help them move forward even quicker. And then this jump is going to be up right here. I think if you can't make that jump, it's okay. You can break them in, but you know, if you feel you have to use breakers. But the jump needs to be set directly from these structures, heading right into the core here and right towards the queen. Nowhere else. You know, you don't want them to run down each other outside corridor here. That's going to be really bad. You want to direct them exactly, just deliver them right to the core. Let them do their work here, and I guarantee 2 heals in cores is going to be way more than enough to kill everything. The CC is pullable. But I have found if you can't pull the CC, I would use a few witches to be able to send the skellies in first. With the correct funneling, your Velks will be coming in later and everything will be fine. And then just looking at this last base, number 11, this is another one where things are a little bit spread out. But if you're coming in 2 golems from bottom, for example, and you're pathing, whether or not you want to set a couple minions or something on the outside here to really correct the pathing on either side, well, your golems are tanking, going right up the core here. Good chance there's going to be bombs or Teslas there. It's either going to be an arrow pointing forward to jump to core, or those bombs are not going to kill the Velks, and the heal's going to take care of them just fine. Relatively easy CC pull from the top. I'm thinking, you know, yeah, absolutely, 1 giant and a couple hogs or something, or whatever you want to get done. You get your heroes here set up into core with a good jump right towards the queen here, and you've got everything moved up so much that it's going to kill all the defenses, and your queen's going to snipe the rest. That is her job on this, and whatever wizards you got left over. You know, this is just absolutely, they don't all have to be in the middle of the base. You can, you know, pick and choose with how you want to be able to snipe them out. You just have to make sure and have a plan for filtering them forward, and once again, the funnel is absolutely everything. And you can take out a really, really difficult base with this attack strategy. It's super strong right now, and it works on quite a few different styles of bases. So anyways, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to bring GOVALO and make it a really high-end attack strategy. And, you know, it's really just about exploiting the defenses set up to counter other things like hogs or, you know, Gola Loon or whatever kind of attack strat you want to have. This is going to be that alternative back pocket choice for anyone to be able to bring. So anyways, you guys, I hope you learned a couple things here. This is my favorite attack strategy, so this is probably not over right now. Lastly, I want to give a massive shout out to the new crew who joined up here with us. We're going to be doing some 30-man wars, and that means more content for YouTube. So looking forward to getting you guys in on some cool vids there. We're going to have some fun in the process here too, guys. Anyways, this is Fallen from OTB, signing off.